Hey everybody, for those who are new to this channel, my name is Giancarlo, and today we're out in the woods, we're in a farm, and we're here to film the 2020 Jeep Wrangler Sahara. So in this video we're going to be pretty much talking about the pros and cons of this vehicle. We're going to be looking at the engine, the cargo space, and all of the gadgets that this car has. We're also going to be looking at the infotainment, and we're going to be testing this vehicle on the road but also off-road, because we know that the Jeep Wrangler performs best in that territory. But before we get on to it, make sure that if you enjoy videos like this, please subscribe to our channel and make sure to like and comment if you like this video, because it helps us a lot and we want to know what you guys think. Now, let's get into it, guys. Now to start off, the Jeep is easily recognizable from far away. You can obviously distinguish this model because it's been around since 1986 and there's really a community around it and people really know what this car is. Now you can see that you get a good quality build. You do get some plastic bits around the vehicle in the front and the side steps and in the back, but that allows you to take it off-road, and if you break something you can repair it at a low cost, and it makes it also very durable. Now you also get some cool badges all around the car. You get some Sahara badges, some Jeep badges, some show rated badges, and you get a cool designs in the front, on the windshield, inside and in the back. Now this specific model is going to go for around $60,000 Canadian with the options on it. But if you just want any Jeep Wrangler, you have different models. So it starts with the Sport, which is going to start around $33,000, and then you could either get the Sahara or the Rubicon. Now on this specific version, the Sahara comes with 18-inch wheels and mags. What that allows you to have is a more comfortable drive on the road. But if you want to get the Rubicon, you'll be getting 17-inch wheels and mags, which will allow you to have a more comfortable off-road adventure, but will be a bit more bumpy and uncomfortable on the road. You also get some cool new LED lights as an option on the new 2020 models. So you get these LED lights in the front and in the back, and they really modernize the vehicle and make it look pretty cool. Now you have three options when it comes to the engine of this vehicle. You could either choose to pick a 3.6 liter V6, which is the one that's in this car, and with that you have the option to either get a 6-speed manual transmission or an 8-speed auto. And then you can also choose to get a 4-cylinder turbo or a 6-cylinder diesel engine. Now as we come to the back, you can see that you open this door in two ways. So you have to open the bottom first and then the top part. And on the door itself, you can see that there's some information over here which are going to give you the dimensions of the vehicle and also how deep you could take it if you want to go into the water. Then you get a good amount of cargo space in the back. You can put down the back seats and you'll get a lot of room. As you can see, we have a lot of stuff in here and it fits really well. And now if you want to remove the doors or the roof and all the stuff on your car, as you know that you can do that on the Jeep, you can store everything over here. So all your bolts and equipment and your tools, you're going to organize it here and you're not going to have a problem with losing anything. So that's a really cool touch that Jeep did. Now on the interior, you get a pretty luxurious cabin. You get nice leather seats and a pretty nice steering wheel that's wrapped with leather. And you also get good storage around the vehicle. So you have some nice glove compartments that you can fill up really easily. And you can actually lock these with your key. Now the purpose of that is, let's say you want to remove all the doors off your vehicle and you're stepping out and you have some important stuff in the car, you can just put everything in the glove compartment and lock it up, and you'll make sure that your things won't get stolen. Now, talking about removable pieces on this car, you can practically remove everything, which means the roof too. And you have different options when it comes to that. So you can either buy a hard top roof from Jeep or a soft top roof, and you can remove both of those very easily on your own. Or you can have this $4,000 option, which means that you can simply press a button and remove the roof completely. We're going to show you in a bit, but you press that button, the roof comes off in a matter of seconds, and you can do that to speeds up to 100 kilometers an hour. And this allows you to remove the roof really quickly. The only difference is that with the soft top or the hard top, once you remove it, it's completely off. As in with this, you're going to kind of see the roof hanging in the back. But then again, I would rather have this with the roof hanging than have to remove the whole roof every single time. The whole vehicle is also waterproof, so you have some plug covers over here, and what this allows you to do is, let's say you forget to close the top or your doors stay open overnight, the whole vehicle is going to be okay even though water comes in. You can actually even remove all of the carpeting of the vehicle by just taking off the clips. You take it off, you can wash it, and then once it's dry, you can just simply clip it back in, and it's very easy to do. Now you also get good infotainment. You get a nice digital dash over here that has a lot of apps. You can check the weather, you can check your off-road pages, which is going to show you a bunch of information about off-road, and then you can even look at some movie theaters near you, and it's connected to your phone over the internet, so you're going to be able to practically go on the internet from your screen over here. You also get Apple CarPlay and Android Auto as standard, and it works really well. And we actually have the upgraded sound system in this Jeep, and it sounds really amazing. Now coming to the dash, the digital dash over here, it's not fully digital, so you have your two analog dashes on each end, which will show you the speed and the revs, but in the middle you have a little digital dash, and you can customize that information. So you can either put your speed, or you can put off-road information, or your music, or whatever you really want to put. Now I want to talk about two cool things before we move on with this video. First of all is you get a few auxiliary buttons over here, which means that if you want to add light bars or any electrical options on the outside of the vehicle aftermarket, you can simply plug them in the designated plugs under the bonnet, and then you will be able to control them from here, which means that you don't have to add any other plugs or whatever in the vehicle, and it's really made for that. It's made for you to customize your car. Another thing is that in this vehicle you do not have the option to lock your differentials or to disconnect the sway bar like you would in the Rubicon, because this is more made for the road than for off-road, but it is still very capable off-road, like you guys are going to see in a bit. And you don't necessarily need those options. If you're just going to be doing some light off-road trails like we're going to be doing today, this is very, very capable. So before going off-road, you want to make sure that you got informed about the roads and what trail you're going on, and you want to make sure that you're always going with someone, because safety is very important when you're doing things like this and can get very dangerous. So this is extremely capable off-road. Like we know, Jeeps are made to do these things, and they enjoy going off-road. And you can take those bumps, and you're gonna enjoy it, you're gonna have fun, and you don't really have to worry about the car. They have some protective guards under it to protect all of the important elements of the car. You have some very solid mags, and the car is pretty much very well protected when it comes to going over rocks or rough terrain. The only thing is you do not, like I said before, have the capability of locking your differentials, but unless you're going on really rocky roads or steep roads where you really need that extra grip, you're gonna be okay driving on some normal off-roads, and you're gonna have fun doing it. You know, you can go into about 30 inches of water, Jeep says, so you can go in some, I guess, small lakes or in big puddles, and we're gonna try to have some fun over here and go into some water. But this is extremely capable, and it's crazy what this could do. Having a Jeep is all about going places other people have never been, going places where there are no roads and where you make your own roads. And that's what I love about Jeep. Jeep is a community, and there's not a lot of cars like that. You know, Jeeps have been around since the Jeep Wrangler has been around since 1984, and there's kind of a fan club around it. Every time you're driving on the roads and you see someone else with a Jeep, you know, they'll always wave at you, and they'll always be happy seeing another Jeep on the road with them. And that community that you form with other people that also own this vehicle is really amazing. You have to have a certain type of personality to want to drive this car and to want to take it off-road. You have to be very adventurous, and that's the kind of person I am, and I like meeting other people like that, and you make friends really quickly by driving a Jeep. Now you also get some cool off-road pages over here that allow you to see all of the information about your vehicle. So you could check your coolant temperature, your coolant temperature, your oil temperature, your oil pressure, and you can even check over here the pitch and the roll of the vehicle. So let's say I'm going over rocks, or I'm in the water and I'm not sure if I'm gonna flip over or not, let's put it that way. Well, this is gonna help me out a lot. You can even see the altitude you're driving at, and you can pretty much see every wheel what they're going to be doing at any moment. I want to show you guys the options you have with this vehicle. So you have your normal, well, shifter over here, but next to it you have another one, and you have different options when it comes to the four-wheel drive. So this is a four-wheel drive vehicle. You can either put it in 4 high auto, which is only an option you have with the Sahara. If not, you could put it in 2-wheel drive high, 4-wheel drive part-time, neutral, or 4 low, which would be your low traction mode. And you actually have a pretty good towing capacity. It's not crazy, but you can tow about 3,500 pounds with this vehicle, which is good enough, I find. I've been pulling out cars every winter. You know, my friends call me when they're stuck in the snow. We're from Montreal, so we get a lot of snow. And during the storms, people will call me and I'll go help them out. You have that hitch in the back, you just pull them out of the snow, and it works really well. I'm really impressed by how good this performs off-road. The car is just made for this. It's very well protected. You're not gonna get that many paint chips because the paint is coated and very thick in order to protect from any damages that any trees or rocks would cause. Unless you really hit a big rock, then that's your own fault. So be careful with that. Besides that, we're gonna go take it on a normal road now so I can show you guys the difference, and let's see what that's all about. So now that we're off the tracks and we're on the highway, we can see what this is capable of in the city. So right off the bat, you don't get the stiffest of steering wheels because it's made for off-roading, so you get a bit of play in the steering wheel, and even the suspension is very soft because it has to be capable for off-road. So you're gonna wanna have your two hands on the steering wheel when you're driving it because it might swerve a bit if it hits a pothole or something, because it's not necessarily made to grip the road at high speeds. You also don't have the most aerodynamic vehicle, so if you're going over, let's say 115 kilometers an hour or over 65 miles per hour, you're gonna feel the truck shaking a bit. And there's nothing they can really do about that. That's because the car is not that aerodynamic. It's very flat in the front. And you'll have the same problem in a G-Wagon. So it's not necessarily a problem with the manufacturing or the design. It's just they can't really do that any differently. Now, you do get some sound coming into the vehicle. We have the soft top convertible over here with the button, so you obviously hear a bit of sound. It's not that bad. I can speak to you guys very well. It's not annoying, but it's not necessarily the same thing as if you had a closed off car. Now, about fuel efficiency, it will do on the highway around 29 miles per gallon, and in the city will do around 23 miles per gallon. So it's not that bad. It doesn't have the biggest fuel tank. You'll be doing around 420 kilometers on a full tank. It's not the best, but then again, if you want to be better on gas, you can opt for the 4-cylinder turbo or for the diesel version because you have different engines available for this vehicle. Now, the drive itself is very comfortable. They've made it a lot better than it was in the past years. One thing I find funny though is you have this little sticker over here that says that it's practically a warning that says that if you take a turn at a high speed, the vehicle might flip. Which is kind of funny, so I guess don't go too crazy in corners. It's not made for that. Besides that, it drives really well. Now, the only thing is, if you're the kind of person that wants to buy a vehicle that's more in the city, you're going to be driving in the city a lot, you're going to go off-road once in a while, I suggest you get this vehicle. If you're someone that does a lot of highway every day, this might not be the best bet for you because it gets tiring on the long run. You know, because that steering wheel is not that rigid, and you really need to focus on your driving because it can swerve around a bit sometimes. Not in a dangerous way, just in a kind of way where you need to be conscious of what you're doing. You're driving let's say the Alfa Romeo truck, the Stelvio, or a Range Rover. You could drive with one finger and the car is always going to be going straight. As in with this, with every little bump you get, the car is going to move a bit. So if you're doing a lot of highway and you don't feel like living with that, then I don't suggest you necessarily buy this. But if you're someone like me that does a lot of city driving and that likes to go off-road once in a while, likes to go up north, likes to take the doors off and the roof off, then this is really the vehicle for you. Jeep Wranglers are amazing cars, and the people that have them and the people that love them really love them because it's a car that's easy to love. It goes everywhere and it does practically everything, and it's really a car I enjoy driving. So on that thought, thank you so much for watching, everyone, and see you soon.